Hi guys, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I make a stir fry style cauliflower rice. There's the star of the show, the cauliflower. I'm going to get into all of the ingredients and what I use and the brand that I use, which is that one. It's called Bird's Eye Savory Herb. They're frozen bags that I get in the supermarket in the frozen section, and I really like those. So we're going to go in with olive oil. My pan is on low to medium heat for right now. So I'm going to go in with the olive oil. Like I said, you could use whatever a brand of oil you want and just coat your pan before you get started. My pan was already heated up before, and that's why I added the oil already. Then I'm gonna go in with my first ingredients, which is some onions that I've diced up. And dicing them up like this is better instead of dicing them up, in that whole in circle form. It's much better to do it this way. And now we're just gonna saute for about a good 2 to 3 minutes. You want to get all that good fragrant going. And I really like making this rice because, you know, as I said, it's a rice substitute for me. I'm on a healthy kick, trying to lose a couple pounds. So, the rice, using the cauliflower rice is better than using regular rice because it has less calories. And, after you eat rice, sometimes you feel heavy, but when you eat the cauliflower rice, you don't feel, that heavy. So we're gonna let this stir up a little bit and give it some time, and we're gonna come back. We're back. Second ingredient that we're gonna put in, we have the bell peppers. Use whatever you want, green, red, orange, whatever colors you want. I used what I had on hand, which was just red, orange, and yellow. So we are gonna stir this up. Sorry, maybe 2 to 5 minutes. If you would like to add the cover on top of your pan to have it steam a little bit more, you can. I personally just like to let it saute with no cover because it works fine for me. I'm not fully in a rush. And I also like to make my peppers not be as soft. I don't want it hard, but I don't want it soft. So I'm gonna give it one last stir before I start adding the ingredients to the pan. I'm gonna add in the cauliflower, and then we're gonna add in, the spices. And I wanna mention spices is truly up to you. If you just wanna add in the cauliflower and stir it up with some salt and black pepper and just the onion with the peppers, then that's fine. But for me, I like to add some flavor and seasonings to mine. So after the cauliflower rice has been put in, you want to stir everything around like you see me doing here. Just make sure it's evenly at the top, and then you're gonna add your green seasoning. So I am Caribbean and I put this in everything. I know some Latinos call this sofritos, or which is basically just a whole bunch of herbs, green seasoning mixed up together. So for me, I like to add that in mine. Now we're gonna go in with some salt and then some black pepper we're gonna add as well, because you really want it to be flavorful, right? At least for me, you want to add that in there. Then you want to add your paprika, you want to add chili, you could add onion powder, garlic powder. And I have a chief soy sauce, which is from the country that I am from. And then we're gonna mix well. So I'm gonna let you guys watch what I'm doing, which is adding all the seasonings to the cauliflower rice and the other ingredients that I have here, and we're gonna go from there. Now that we've added all our seasonings of choice, so remember you only add in the seasonings that you want to, then we're gonna mix it around. You really want to mix this around really well and distribute all the seasonings, all the flavors and everything, so that we could really make this rice, or this rice substitute I should say, tastes very flavorful. And as you could see, the color is starting to change because of the seasonings that we had, which was the chief soy sauce as well as the paprika and the chili. So I am right now I'm just gonna really mix this around to distribute all of the flavors, and we're gonna add a few more things to the pot as well. So after you've mixed everything in well, you want to test it for salt. You want to test it to see if it's the right flavors that you want it to have in there. And for me, it's perfect. You saw the thumbs up. So I just mix it around a little bit more, and I am going to add some herbs to it, which you're gonna see soon. So this is something that is called shadow Beni. I crushed it, well, I chopped it up really fine so that this herb could really add more additional flavor to the cauliflower rice. I'll put a picture up on the screen so you could see what the shadow Beni leaves look like. I know in Spanish cultures they call shadow Beni culantro, but for me growing up, I know this herb as shadow Beni. So if you've ever heard of this herb before, seasoning, we put it in everything. Comment down below if you've used shadow Beni or culantro in any of your dishes that you cook. So now that we mixed up all our ingredients and we added the herbs to it, if you want to stop here, you can. But for me, I like a little bit of pepper in my food. So I'm going to go in with this Maggi pepper sauce that also has a little bit of shadow Beni in it. I'm just going to put a few drops because this is the spicy version of this pepper sauce. So I don't want to put too much. Keep in mind, I'm going to put everything in the description box. Maybe whatever part of the world that you're living in, you could find it. I live in the United States, so I have certain stores that I could go to that I can get some of these items. Some of them I brought up from visiting my family. And that's it for the video. I hope you liked and enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.